Hey everyone, and welcome to this deep dive. Today we're looking at something pretty different.
All right.
It's a single-page document called iCan'tBreathe.pdf. Have you ever seen a piece of art
Yeah.
and it just kind of stops you before you even really know why it's powerful?
Totally. It's like it goes straight to your gut.
Exactly. And that's what this one is like. It's just a page
Oh, yeah.
filled with the phrase, I can't breathe, over and over and over again.
Wow.
No author, no date, just that statement.
Just a statement.
Yeah.
Interesting. So what's the impact of that compared to like a big essay about the same thing?
Well, the first thing that really hits you is the repetition.
Uh-huh.
It's almost like a physical sensation, doesn't it?
It's like a wave.
Yeah. Like over and over and over again.
You know, there's actually a psychological reason for that.
Is there?
Repetition has been used for centuries for like powerful messages. What do you think of ancient chants, wartime propaganda,
Oh.
even like jingles today?
Yeah, like that earworm effect.
Right.
It's real. But here, it's not a catchy tune. It's this loaded phrase, I can't breathe. Makes you think about the struggle for air, the feeling of being trapped.
And that feeling is even stronger because there's no context, right?
Oh, yeah. We're just left to fill in the blanks.
Let's fill her in.
Which is kind of creepy. Your brain is trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
What's the story here?
Totally.
And depending on you, that story could be totally different for someone else.
Exactly. Some people might think of Black Lives Matter, Eric Garner, George Floyd.
Yeah. Those last words, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
But for other people, it might be something more personal. Have you ever been to a concert where it was so crowded you felt like,
The walls are closing in.
yeah?
Yeah.
It's like that.
It's so interesting how one simple document
Yeah.
can be about such a universal thing, this feeling of restriction.
Yeah.
Like you can't express yourself.
Yeah. Right. It's making you ask, when have I felt like I couldn't breathe? What does it even mean to be free?
Those are good questions.
Yeah.
Really powerful questions.
Yeah.
And it's amazing that just a page can make you think about those things.
Totally. And that's what we're going to keep talking about. Is it the minimalism? Is it those 3 words? Or is it something else entirely?
It's like thinking about this document as art,
Yeah.
so simple, almost brutal.
Yeah.
Makes me think of 20th century art,
Oh, yeah. Like how? I'm all about art.
like Jenny Holzer.
Oh, yeah.
She was big text
It's so
installations
smart.
to challenge what society thought. Or Barbara Kruger.
Oh, yeah.
She's got those iconic text and image pieces to provoke people.
It's not just pretty pictures, right? It's
Right.
art with a message to
Yeah.
get people thinking. And I Can't Breathe.pdf does that too. It's like a protest, but
Right.
without pictures.
It's interesting how they chose. Like a PDF, that's usually for official stuff,
Yeah.
reports and things.
Yeah. So it's they're messing with that. Taking something boring and making it powerful.
Yeah.
Unsettling.
And I think that makes it even more impactful.
Totally. But you know what else is weird?
What's that?
The silence.
Oh, yeah.
The phrase is a cry for help, but the document itself is
Yeah.
silence.
The silence is speaking.
Yes.
Like the white space around the words is as loud as the word.
It's like daring us to talk about these tough topics.
About race,
Yeah.
power, and
And so-
justice.
And for some people, it might even be a call to action.
That's a good point. Because even though the document doesn't say what to do,
Yeah.
you feel like something needs to change.
And that brings us back to, what does it even mean to be free? Because if I can't breathe means being oppressed,
Yeah.
the opposite of that must be huge, something worth fighting for.
And that fight for freedom,
Yeah.
that wanting to be liberated, that's everywhere, throughout history, across cultures.
Think about it. The suffragettes, the fight for civil rights, even today, the fight for LGBTQ plus equality. It's like this document is about something we all feel,
Yeah.
that desire for a world where everyone can breathe freely.
And that reminds us that the fight for justice is never really over.
Not at all. But by talking about these things, by facing these tough truths, we can start to build a better world.
A world that's more fair, more just.
And that brings us to the end of our deep dive. And a final thought for you. Okay, so we've talked about the repetition, the mystery of the missing context, and how this connects to bigger movements.
Yeah.
But in the end, it's all about you, the listener.
iCan'tBreathe.pdf. It doesn't give you answers, but it asks some hard questions.
It does. Like, how do WE create spaces where everyone feels like they can breathe freely?
Yeah.
What does that even look like in our everyday lives?
It could be. Like the little things we do that make someone else feel suffocated,
yeah.
even if we don't mean to.
Like what?
Like not speaking up when someone's being treated badly, or
Yeah.
like holding on to old beliefs that hold other people back.
Exactly.
It's about realizing how much space we take up and making space for others.
And I think that's the perfect thing to leave our listeners with. If you were going to create a companion piece to ican'tbreathe.pdf, what would it be? Something that captures what it means to truly breathe freely.
A poem, maybe?
Yeah.
Or a photograph? A song? Or maybe even just silence. A time to reflect. And then take action.
Whatever it is, hold on to that feeling, that vision of a world where everyone can breathe easy, and then go make it happen.
You know, sometimes the most powerful art isn't in a museum.
Right.
It's the art we make with our lives, through what we do, and the choices we make.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time to explore another fascinating corner of knowledge together.